So hello and welcome to domytriesthis. Today we are going to do our first set of transplants. I've already put I already put some soil in 2 boxes, and I'm going to transplant some of these babies. These are my bell peppers. I'm going to take the 2 rows that are the tallest, which is going to be hard to decide since the yellow and the red seem to be about the same. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and put them in new boxes. Don't have enough soil to do everything I need to do because I need to get some tomatoes moved and I really need to get some squash moved. But I have to work with what I have and get things started. And since these guys are really tall and they take the longest to actually fruit, I want to get them moved first. So I've already done my 2 containers of dirt. We have leaves and scattering rain coming down, and you can hear the cooler over there. So these little things, these cost me about $5 at Home Depot. I don't think I'm going to use them again. I did get them in plastic because I thought, if I like them, I'm going to want to reuse them. They had cardboard type. I probably should just pick that up. But the thing is, these actually didn't help much. We had a lot of, because the apartment got so cold, we stayed cold for like at least 3 weeks longer than usual. And because it was so cold, everything took a while to grow, and I had a lot of stuff die early in the season anyway, and so yeah, it took forever to get these guys growing up. So these really didn't help. I think I need to find something that's more in between this kind of size and this size. This is what I do my peppers in. I have like 5 or 6 of these, 7 of these, and I do 3 or 4 peppers in each one. And I would start my peppers in these, except they would take up way too much room in the one space that I have where I can put my plants. And the crates that I use for the tomatoes and the squash, as you'll see later, they're much bulkier, so they're very hard to keep stored inside the house for extended periods of time. We have to be able to get in and out of the room and everything. We do bring them in when there's bad weather, but that isn't as hard as having something in there permanently. Anyway, so I have soil in here. I've already watered the actual plants, so I'm not going to water the soil yet. I'm just going to get everything moved over, and that's where we're going to start. And I'm definitely going to move my oranges. I'm thinking, I might actually be able to fit a few more of each pepper in. I think last year I had it down to 3 per box because you're supposed to have so much space in between them. But I found that at least with the peppers, you can actually have them a little closer together, and that's no big deal. So I might actually be able to move 3 rows. Each row has 3, so I have to try to get 9 plants in here. And they're all looking pretty good. These did have labels on them that I had for last year. The labels actually didn't help much because the water and stuff just pretty much wiped them out. And as you can see, I had to use duct tape to try to keep them on. This year I'm going to go ahead and stick with the tags we have, like this. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on the yellow bells. I'm just going to move them over. This shouldn't be too hard. The only problem with the tag is that it's so small, so I'm going to have to put it down where I can kind of see it. And I have my trusty little tool. We'll see how much I need this, my little itty bitty shovel. But basically, I should just be able to come and bring this up. Come on up. Like I said, I just watered these to kind of help with this. I don't want to damage any baby roots. I want these guys to move nice and easy. So I'm using the tool along the edges of the box. And then I'm going to try to bring it right up without doing too much to the plant. It's proving a little hard. So the other thing is these things can come out too. So now that I got it like that, I'm going to just take this in. I'm going to dig my hand in. Oh yeah, he's ready for a new place. Look at those roots. Look at all that roots. Ready for a new home. And I'm going to put him down here. Move him in. I just kind of moved him in there. Made a little hole and then put the dirt in around him. So now his roots have room to go. So I'm going to keep moving. Let's keep moving. I was putting these little tags so I can see that these are all yellow bells. And I'm going to zigzag them in the box. That'll let me put in a few more. So hopefully we can get 9 of these out of here. And I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that. Come on up. Come on up. There we go. Just taking it along the edge, along the very edge. Like that. And then I'm going to use my hands to pull it up. There we go. And he's up. The next one's up. Okay, so I'm going to do a slight shuffling here because I could actually probably fit 6 plants in here, but that probably wouldn't be very good for them. So, I'm going to move a couple of these guys over, give them a little bit more space. And now I know exactly how many plants I can put in here this way. Come on, babies. Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Come here. Okay, let's take a look. My first box is done. There you go. 5 little bells, yellow and orange, all in a row. So there we go. Put you guys up here, and then I'm going to work on the next one. Under attack. All right, let's get the next box done. And there we go. Okay, my son went to get some water. I'm going to water these and put them in the sun, and we'll be right back. So we're back, and I got a little help from my son here. Say hi. Go ahead and put these back over there on the far end. And we're going to water these guys. I've got this one, and then I have this really big one, and I use this mostly for like the tomatoes and stuff in the big crates. They don't cost much. So we're going to add a little water. Hold on, you're going to move these. Let them get settled into their new homes. Alright, go ahead and take that one. Put it in the sun. Thank you. Ah! Thank you. No, over here. It's fine. Next to the round one. There you go. Giving them some water to help them settle into their home. Release some of the the food and stuff that's in the dirt. Okay, go ahead and take that one. Go ahead and take it. So here we go. There we go. Everything. As you can see, my tomatoes really, really, really do need to be transplanted. A couple of my cucumbers and one of my sweet dumpling squash need to be transplanted. This is a dragon's claw. Really glad to see that one. So that's it for today. Not looking pretty because I was doing all this work. So, you know, makeup, no. Plus I'm having some issues with my face. But we've started our transplanting. I need to get, let me think. If I do 2 more of those boxes, 3 more of those boxes, I'm probably going to need a bag for that, and then I'm probably going to need 2 bags for everything else of the extra large bags. The bag I had was not one of the extra large bags. So I'm probably looking at another $60 for soil. Last year we tried to reuse our soil, but last year is when we first started having other issues going on. Let me get away from this. We started having some other issues. I mean, my squash actually grew last year, and I actually had some squash develop, but the weather was really weird, and we couldn't tell if some of the issues from that the plants were having were from the soil, or if it was because the weather was so weird. And this year we didn't want to take the risk because it really is kind of expensive. I mean, by the end of this, I'll have spent about $100 at least in soil. I've got to get neem oil and stuff like that, and that's going to cost money. But for now, we've started them all in fresh soil, so hopefully this year we won't have the same kind of issues that we had. Anyway, so that's it for today. Sorry if the filming was kind of weird and awkward and whatever, but garden is growing. We're getting it done. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you'll come by again, and you have a great day. Bye.